With this WVLI News Update, I'm Rob West, back with a look at today's news right after this.
Stay connected to your community, even on the go. The WVLI Podcast Network brings you 3 great local shows. The WVLI News Update keeps you informed. Kankakee Valley Community Happenings gets you ready for the weekend. And This One Time in Kankakee shares the incredible stories of our area. Find the WVLI Podcast Network wherever you get your podcasts or at WVLI927.com. The voices you trust beyond the dial.
National Weather Service has issued a heat advisory. It is in effect for us till 9 this evening. Weather Service says that we should have high temperatures today right around 90. The heat index, though, running 110 or so. They say that kind of heat can cause heat illnesses. They remind you to drink plenty of water, stay out of the sun in air-conditioned areas as much as possible. They also suggest you check on your neighbors and relatives to make sure they're doing okay with the heat. With the high heat and humidity today, Kankakee County Sheriff's Department reminds you to keep an eye on the little ones and the pets.
Never leave a child or pet unattended inside a parked vehicle, even for just a few minutes. On a warm day, the temperature inside a vehicle can climb to dangerous levels in a matter of minutes, even with the windows cracked open. Heat-related illnesses can happen quickly, and children and pets are especially vulnerable because their bodies heat up much faster than adults. Before you lock your vehicle, always take a moment to check the back seat. If you see a child or a pet alone inside a parked vehicle, don't assume someone will be right back. If the situation appears to be an emergency, call 911 immediately. Your quick actions could save a life. A few extra seconds can make all the difference. This summer, help us keep our families and our 4-legged family members safe by remembering one simple phrase: look before you lock.
That's Sheriff's Department Chief Deputy Trent Pikowski. On average, 37 children die each year in the United States after being trapped in a hot car. Jackpots for the Mega Millions and Powerball lotteries continue to soar. Mark Mayfield has the numbers.
Nearly $1.5 billion is going to be up for grabs this week. Saturday night's Powerball drawing failed to produce a big winner, so an estimated $633 million is on the line for Monday night. Meanwhile, Tuesday's Mega Millions jackpot jumped to $800 million since no tickets matched all 6 numbers in Friday's drawing. I'm Mark Mayfield.
Kankakee City Police say they've arrested a man after he allegedly tried to steal wire and other metal from a car wash. City Police say officers were called to the business in the 1100 block of South Washington Avenue on Thursday evening, July the 16th, where they were told someone was cutting wire and other metals from the property. When they got there, officers say they could hear a grinder cutting metal and found one person on the property. Second suspect took off on foot. Officers say they detained 36-year-old Paul M. Conklin of Kankakee. He allegedly told them he'd been given permission by an employee of the business to remove the utility pole and attached wiring from the property. The property owner said they were unaware of any agreement. After further investigation, City Police arrested Conklin on various charges, including theft by deception and possession of burglary tools. If your Amazon package is late, we might know why. Monee firefighters called out early Sunday morning to a semi that was on fire on I-57 at Monee Manhattan Road. Firefighters say they were called out just after 3:30 yesterday morning. When they got there, they found fire and a rear set of tires had gotten into the trailer that was carrying packages from Amazon. It took about 45 minutes to put out the fire. U.S. Senate Democratic Whip Dick Durbin was in town Friday for a ribbon-cutting ceremony at a new point-of-care laboratory at Hippocrates Medical Clinic in downtown Kankakee.
It's really a breakthrough because this is a clinic which struggles to serve people who are uninsured and underinsured. They don't have a lot of money, but clearly they've been recognized nationally as a valuable asset to this community.
The laboratory, funded by the nonprofit healthcare access organization Heart to Heart International, officials say the new lab will significantly enhance the clinic's ability to provide rapid diagnostic testing and essential services to uninsured and underinsured residents throughout Kankakee County. Manhattan firefighters were called to a rollover crash Saturday in the 13,000 block of Smith Road. When they got there, firefighters say they found a car that had gone off the roadway was laying on its roof with the driver trapped inside. Firefighters got the driver out of the car, took them to the hospital in critical condition, caused the crash under investigation. Let's find out now what's going on overhead this week with our notable night sky news. Here's Madeline Shepley, astronomy professor and director of the Strickler Planetarium at Olivet.
This evening would be a great time to observe the garnet-colored star Mu Cephei, a star in the house-shaped constellation of Cepheus. You can see it in the bottom of the house-shaped configuration with the naked eye under good conditions, but binoculars or a telescope can help you better see the interesting color. Then, Wednesday is the full moon of the month, and if you want to truly appreciate the features of the moon, binoculars or simple telescope will bring them out well. Then, the mornings this week will be an excellent time to view the pre-dawn Delta Aquarid meteor shower, a meteor shower from a comet. However, the full moon will make it harder to see them and make it even more imperative to be in a dark area to spot them. If you have trouble with these or don't like waking up early, you can also try for the brighter Alpha Capricornid meteor shower this week in the evenings, which are more prone to fireballs. Then finally, on Saturday, Saturn will return to the evening sky. From Olivet Nazarene University, this is Madeline Shepley.
In sports, White Sox won Sunday. Cubs and Cards both lost. Sox beat the Astros 12-3, salvaging the last game of that three-game set in Chicago. Cubs lost 8-7 to the Pirates in Pittsburgh. The Cards lost 5-3 in 10 innings to the Reds. Cubs take on the Cards starting tonight in St. Louis. Sox host the Yankees. NFL training camps hit full swing this week. The Bears veterans report to camp tomorrow. WNBA still off on their All-Star break. The Sky returned to action Thursday as they host the Sun. And Corey Helm won yesterday's Brickyard 400 NASCAR race. That is a look at news and sports here on this Monday. Have a good rest of your day. Be safe, everybody. I'm Rob West.
This one time in Kankakee, my stalker bought me a PS4 that I gladly accepted.
On the latest episode of This One Time in Kankakee, Will Rasmussen unpacks a wild, completely true story of awkward workplace encounters, industrial freezers, and a massive tracking mystery.
She would just give them my license plate and they'd run it for her.
Listen to This One Time in Kankakee now wherever you get your podcasts.